What's going on, everyone? Video Dipper here. Dip tobacco is not a safer alternative to cigarettes, vape, nicotine, or any tobacco or nicotine product. If you are 18, we do not recommend that you dip, smoke, vape, or use any tobacco or nicotine product or watch this live stream. If you are the age 21 or older, you can dip, smoke, vape, or use nicotine or tobacco products at your own risk. Mileage may vary. We are not sponsored nor endorsed by any company or product that you may hear or see. Hey, kid, and there's one of my sons in this live stream. So, if you got a dip, pack a lip, pack dip, and spit with me. As always, Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen. And yes, I do have my Grizzly flag in the back finally put up because a lot of people were complaining about it. Well, conservative, we like your flag in the back that was Grizzly. So I decided to put it back up. I took her down for a little bit because I was rearranging my studio. But anyway, let's get to packing, dipping, and yakking. Oh, it's so good. I love a fresh can. And I'm sure my son right now is probably dipping here too. So, to all of you dippers, cheers. And let's get to talking. Will Grizzly possibly ever do the 6-in-1 can ever again? Now, if you guys don't know or don't remember the 6-in-1 can, it was a big can that basically could hold a roll of dip plus one. Hey, Bradley, which is 6 cans. So basically, it could hold a roll of dip plus one, so 6. And it was a big can. And Grizzly used to do it. And here's what I will say about the 6-in-1 can. First of all, the 6-in-1 can was absolutely a great idea by Grizzly because it was almost like Stoker's and their tub of dip, but it was a little bit to me better in a way, a very unique way, because it basically was a can, not a tub. So it was pretty much how Grizzly did their thing. They were like, okay, you know what? If this is supposedly kind of their way of responding at some point to Stokers and their tub, Grizzly did a very hell of a good job for it. And my hat's off to Grizzly Company for doing that. But do I think they will ever do it again? Probably not. More than likely, they won't because it was a very rare thing. They did it for that certain amount of time, hiccups, and I know they did. They did a hell of a good job, but they obviously we know that when it comes to Grizzly, they're going to do different things with their cans, and a lot of their cans are very unique, very different. The big cans are really unique and different because they were a hell of a lot bigger. They were very big. They were huge, as Trump would say. But we're not going to see them no more, I don't think, unless Grizzly does it. And the only reason why I don't see Grizzly doing it was one, because it was probably one of those things where it was a try. They done it before a long time ago, and then they did it again, and it was good, but I don't think that they want to do it anymore because sure, they saw the process of yeah, everybody loved it. Yeah, they should keep going with it, but it sadly is how Grizzly chooses to. and Grizzly decided they're not going to do it, which that's okay. But also, if they do it again, it probably will knock down the price of like the cans that you see on eBay and stuff that are being sold for a shit ton of money. And it's just the can itself. But if you think about it, the cans, the 6-in-1 can is kind of like a McDonald's Happy Meal adult toy for us. We get to experience having a big ass can that sure Grizzly will never ever do again, but it's memorabilia. We will remember it if we have it. So it's kind of like a McDonald's toy in that sense of way for adults. We loved it. We enjoyed it. People are oohing and on and gooing over it on eBay, but I don't think that Grizzly will ever do it again because maybe it didn't make enough money for them. Maybe they thought, okay, we done it enough times now. Enough was sold. We know now what was done. It was a great run, but it's over. So, well, I just said because possibly it made money, but it was really expensive and people weren't able to afford it a lot, which is another issue because it cost about $40 to buy one of those things, 30 or $40 at that time. So it wasn't very cheap, which probably was the reason why they stopped doing it because Grizzly probably was not profiting very much off of it, which I can understand because they need to get their money back. You know, they create a product, it's capitalism. They got to create a product, sell the product, and then be able to have people afford to buy the product. But when the product is worth a lot of money, and especially with that much dip in there, what are they losing? We got to think about it that way. Yeah, about $40, 30 to $40 was what I paid for one of mine, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was a great idea. I really did think that it was a great idea. Yes, Grizzly had a great idea, and Grizzly did sensational on it because it was something that yes, a lot of dippers sought after. A lot of dippers wanted it. A lot of dippers were trying to get to it because they wanted to be able to review it and show it off and say, "Hey, I got one." Which again, it's the memorabilia part of it. But the reason why I also think Grizzly won't do it again is because they're probably going to do new things. As we all know, Grizzly changes their can style from year to year or whatever amount of time they change, which makes me very interested to see what will Grizzly do in 2027 year of the can. This is where I have a little bit of my predictions, and I predict Grizzly will do something really good. They won't do something cheapskatey like other alleged dip brands do. They will stick with what they know. Um, Tim doesn't like the one that looked like a Studebaker. I thought it was great. A lot of their cans that they created were fantastic. I loved their cans. I loved their style. I loved how it kind of made a lot of dippers look at that can and say, "Ooh, that might be a collectible." And we know that Grizzly will do collectible cans once in a while. And in 2020 or in 2027, excuse me, I think Grizzly will honestly do something again, but I'm waiting to see what it is. Now, whatever Grizzly comes up with, I'm sure it's going to be great because we all know Grizzly does very well with their cans, except for this one. I mean, this one, it's kind of like this one behind me. It's kind of bland and, it's reminds me of the old cans almost. It's not bad, but sure, it could be updated. I think Grizzly really could upgrade a little bit better. But in honesty, I think Grizzly has not only done very well with their cans, but when it comes to like the 6-in-1 can, that was a great idea because I loved it for what it was. You could hold a shit ton of dip in that can. It was hard to pack, but Chris Dips One was able to pack it, apparently, and some other people were able to pack it. But it was really good. It was a really, really good can for that time. And during that time, I think a lot of people enjoyed it because, yeah, you could have one big ass can of dip that would last you longer than a roll of dip, which obviously it did. It would last like weeks or months on end if you knew how to preserve it correctly or put it in your freezer. And you could refill it. Just all you had to do was buy like 6 rolls or buy a roller dip and one can, and you would have there a full fucking can. The 6-in-1 can would be full for you. And it was really easy. And you wouldn't run out as fast as you normally would, like I said, with the rolls. And Grizzly did, again, very exceptional on it. They exceeded our expectations and my expectations with it. But when they switched over to doing the things with plastic on the big can, I was a little bit like, okay, this kind of isn't really Grizzly's forte because Grizzly used to have those cans where they were metal lid and the plastic bottom. I think they should do that again, honestly, because I think that it would be better that way for many reasons. One, yes, Grizzly will probably have to consider the fact that, yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money and people are going to have to kind of chuck up a shit ton of money for it. But I think it would be worth it in profit because people would definitely want to see it come back. And I can imagine people definitely wanting the 6-in-1 can to come back. Genuinely, because that was a can that was really worth it. And I'm sure they're not going to, but again, that's on Grizzly to choose to. But if they choose to, I would do it. I would buy it for $40 or $30. Fuck yeah, I would. As long as they keep it within the $30 to $40 range, I think people would buy it. Probably more than likely they would buy that than a roll. Knowing that a roll, again, only lasts you a certain amount of time, and especially dippers like me who go through um, a roll of dip within like 3 days almost. I can do like 3 or 4 days it takes me to go through a roll. But it would be worth it for a lot of us dippers to see that come back. Maybe not like have the design like this that's behind me or like this, but they do the 6-in-1 can where it's camoed. I can see Grizzly maybe trying to do that. And that would be really cool kind of a nod towards stokers for sure, but I would like to see them not just do wintergreen, but maybe do like mint or their regular straight or whatever. At least have a little bit of variety. Sure, they won't do variety. I can imagine that variety would be a little bit difficult for them. So they'd probably more than likely stick to wintergreen or something that sells more. Obviously, Grizzly knows. I think that wintergreen obviously is the big hitter for a lot of people. So, sure, a 6-in-1 camo can of wintergreen definitely worth $40. I would love to see them do that for the 2027 year. That would be fantastic. But again, I don't expect it. If they do come out with it, hell yeah, I would pay. I would fork up a shit ton of money for it. I would just to dip it and then keep it, keep the can for the fact that it would be a memorabilia for 2027 year. But I don't expect again hopes. I can only hope that they would do it. If you really do want to ask them to try to do it, give them a call. If you guys dip Grizzly, go on their phone number on here and give them a jingle. Let them know, hey, for 2027, do your 6-in-1 can camoed or something like that. That would be awesome. Or let them know what kind of suggestions you guys have for a 6-in-1 can. And let them know that you are a consumer and that you consume their product and that you use their product and that you enjoy their product. Sure, they won't give you any freebies or anything free. They haven't done it for me, which I don't expect them to. But I I think it would be good that we call them up and let them know, hey, this is what we think. Because as consumers, we do have the right to give suggestions, but it's also their right to say, okay, we'll think about it and not do it. And if they do happen to do it with a lot of us calling in and giving that suggestion, then it's because of all of us. I will do it. I will call in if you guys decide to call in and let them know, hey, we should bring it back. For sure, we really should bring it back for these reasons. Because you enjoyed it, it lasted longer, you like the can, and you think that it will sell, and a lot of people might go for it. But again, they would have to kind of differentiate on, well, how much will it cost for them to create it, to package it, and where to send it to so that people can get to it, not just in certain areas, but in every area. Every gas station can have it. And they have to figure out, again, are they going to make money from it or lose money from it? And if really honestly, if we do start buying those things, they will make a shit ton of money off of us. And especially me, being that I'm a big Grizzly user. I use Grizzly all the time. And I think that, to be fair, Grizzly really would profit off of us for it. But that's just my thought for the day. But what are you guys dipping on? I know Tadashi, you're dipping on Grizzly as usual. You're doing your usual. I'm dipping Grizzly. But what do you guys think, though? Do you think that it would be good And do you think it would be worth Grizzly doing it? I would like to hear your guys' opinion because I know Stoker's has the tubs, and I know that Grizzly won't do the tubs because Stoker's already got it. But would you think that it would be worth doing it? Because I sure frick think it would be really worth it. I'd be tickled if they pull that out for 2027. That would be like, hell yeah. I wouldn't expect that to be on my 2027 bingo card, but I would do it for sure. I would really appreciate Grizzly for doing that. And I think Grizzly would appreciate hearing that you guys and gals that dip Grizzly enjoy that stuff and let them know that you enjoy that kind of can because that can was a really good can. I liked it. Plus, you could hold a lot of stuff in it too. It was a really big ass can. I miss those cans. But the cans that I do miss are the small ones that they used to come out with for like fly fishers. Those were good cans too. And those were like the small cans like this. Worth a lot because they are collectibles. But those were really good cans. Um, the camo cans I really do enjoy. I think Grizzly could do camo cans. If they don't do the 6-in-1, they should go back at least and do fly fishing or camo or something that's not as bland as this. Because I honestly, again, you guys know, I'm not going to complain about their cans. Some of their dips, yes, I will complain about it. Like their fine cut, I didn't like. I didn't like the fine cut because it was like sawdust. It was terrible. Their dark wintergreen needs to get better. I don't know what happened with their dark wintergreen. Their dark wintergreen just kind of went downhill, and I don't know why it did. I don't know what happened with it, but somewhere Grizzly just kind of like fuck whatever the products in the can. We're gonna sell it. I don't know if that was the way of thinking at that time. But what are y'all dipping on? I got two people in the chat. Let me know what y'all are dipping on. And if you guys like my flag behind me, I'll keep it behind me. I do think that Grizzly should. 40 bucks? Yes, it was 40 bucks. About 30 to 40 bucks for the 6-in-1 can. It was pretty expensive, but it was worth it for me. I don't know if they'll do it again, Tadashi, because of certain reasons that they have. But I would love to see them do it again. But I think it costs a lot of money for them to create it, to package it, and send it out everywhere. And finally, when it got down here to Tennessee, yeah, people were buying it left and right. So it was really hard to get to. It was kind of one of those things where a lot of dippers really loved it, and it was really not easy to find. You would either have to possibly go on their website or try to go to every gas station you knew to look for it, which sucked. It really, really did suck. But if they do it again, hey, I wouldn't care. But let's see. There's a grizzly can. No, trying to find the can that I had. Um, but I used to have one of their Studebaker cans. I don't know where your dad got that, bud. But it doesn't cause autism. Sorry, dude. And that's kind of stupid that your dad thinks that. But the Studebaker can that I had that was like this, I really did love it. I liked it. I thought it was a good can. Um, I just got rid of it. I shouldn't have. I have like a big ass collection of cans that I have always wanted to do a tower, a dip tower, but I've never been able to do it. Yep, they should. Monka Grizzly. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. That is a really good dip. That's one of the best dips. When I got started on Grizzly, I was dipping Copenhagen wintergreen at that time. And that was like when I was about like 18 or 19 years old. And I first got into Grizzly. Haven't looked back since. Never once have I wanted to go back to Copenhagen. Ever. Because of how Copenhagen is. It's to me not the best. It doesn't taste like what it used to. It's changed so much. Yeah, I can imagine you and Bradley both dipping it. And that's good. As long as you two enjoy it, that's fine. You both should be able to enjoy it. I'm trying to crack my knuckle, but I can't. As long as you find a dip that you like, dip it. It doesn't matter what it is. I just don't like weak dips. I like dips that are a little bit stronger. Kind of like how I like my liquor. I like my liquor strong. That's why I like Jack Daniels because it's strong. It's gonna punch you. If it ain't punching you, then it's not a dip that you would want to do, or that I'd probably dip. I've done like a whole bunch of different dips. I've done Stoker's, I've done Copenhagen, I've done Kodiak, I've done Cougar, I've done um, what was that other one? Timberwolf. And I think out of all of those that I've dipped, Cougar is my. Uh, I'm gonna say Cougar is probably like right behind Grizzly because of the strength. And if you guys have never tried Cougar, go for it. You'll love Cougar. Cougar is a good one. I like Cougar. Kodiak is made. Kodiak and Cougar are all made from the same brand that or company that make Grizzly. By the way, for all of you that didn't know that, they are all the same thing from the same brand. but they are really good. Kodiak, I don't dip it as much. I used to be kind of a big Kodiak guy, but Kodiak just was weak for me. It was just too damn weak, and it was not where I wanted it to be. The packability, the pinchability was good, but it just wasn't there for me. I should do a Kodiak review again. I haven't done Kodiak for a long time. Maybe I might do a Kodiak review here soon. In a couple of days, maybe. That would be fun. If you guys want me to do a Kodiak video, put one in the chat. Let me know what you think, if I should. Because I will do it. I will do a Kodiak review. Kodiak, I will say this though about Kodiak. They have changed a lot from what I last remember. The last time I dipped it, I kind of was like, oh boy, I'm not sure if I really want to do this again. But maybe Kodiak's gotten better. Who knows? Maybe they've gotten a little bit stronger. Maybe their packability, their pinchability is a little way better than what it was before. I don't know what Kodiak or if Kodiak's changed. I mean, you dip whatever you want, man. It don't matter what you dip, and as long as you enjoy it, bud. It does not matter what you dip. I've dipped skull before. I like skull. Skull's okay. I just don't like that it's weak. Charlie Daniels, the guy that saying the devil went down to Georgia, dipped skull for a long ass time. Stone Cold Steve Austin dipped skull. Hell, I think even the Undertaker dipped skull, but dipped Redmond's, I believe. I think he did Redmond's a lot. I think Redmond was his thing because it tastes like raisins. But a lot of people way back when dipped skull. Skull used to be really, really popular. It was a good dip, but it's changed a lot. I would like skull if it was stronger and better. Well, that's your opinion. I mean, you have your right to your opinion, and that's okay too if you think that. But just remember, everyone has their preference, buddy. You can't really say one is better than the other. I mean, he used to dip a lot of skull, but he doesn't anymore. He got off that shit. A lot of wrestlers, a lot of people, baseball players, hell, even dipped probably skull and shit. Well, Skull is an older brand. You're right. Skull is. Skull has been around for a long time. You're right. They have. But they've also changed a lot. They've gotten weaker, which, again, granted, it's okay. It's weak dip. It's a good starter dip. I would say if you're starting to dip or wanting to know about dipping or get into it, yeah, Skull's a great way to get into it because they got different multiple flavors that you can choose from that will help you so that you feel comfortable. You've got Skull Citrus, Skull Mint, Skull Wintergreen, Skull Cherry, Skull Peach, Skull Berry. There's a lot of Skull out there. Skull Straight. They used to have Skull Bandit, but they don't got that anymore. I think you're way too damn young to remember Skull Bandit. Skull Bandit used to be one of the big ones. I know Skull Bandit was like one of their top sellers, but they don't make that anymore. But if Skull did that, that would be cool too. I would love to try that. I would actually review that shit. Keep them. They're worth something. They're worth a lot. Skull Bandit is, they don't make them anymore, and those cans probably could go on eBay up to maybe about $100 or more, just for the vintage, for the fact that they are old and they don't make them anymore. They are worth something. And if people go, no, they're not, yeah, you can sell them. You probably could. You probably maybe could. I don't know. It would have to really depend on the condition of the can. I mean, if the can's not beat up and it's like this, where it's in pristine order, then yeah, you could probably get a shit ton of money out of a Skull Bandit can. But I don't know what I would have to see a picture of the can to know what it may go for. And even if it's beat up just a little, I don't think it counts. Yeah, I'm dipping. I got one in. Uh, yeah. Uh, it's my usual. It's not small. It's my usual. It's about a medium pinch. What I typically do every day. I do a medium pinch. But it's right here. You just can't see it because it's on the side, covered up. But yeah, if you happen to sell the can, dude, more power to you, buddy. I mean, fuck, that'd be great. But I wouldn't sell all of them. I'd keep one just for the hell of it, but I would maybe sell the other two. If you're looking to sell it, eBay, Facebook Market, but mostly eBay. But I don't know how eBay goes about it though. I don't know if eBay has like certain rules or regulations on selling the cans. I wouldn't think they do, but I don't know. Cause I never tried selling an empty can of dip on eBay. That's just me. I would do it if it was like a vintage can, like the 6-in-1 can. I see those sons of bitches go for a shit ton of money on eBay. A shit ton of money. The 6-in-1 cans are expensive. I see fucking grizzly cans that are not even made anymore, or that are not out there anymore. They're like going for big price. So you might have your luck, but don't. I know you gotta remember again. Look at how is the can? Is the can dented? Is it clean? Is it dirty? You know, that's kind of what the buyers are going to look for. They don't want a dirty can. They want a clean can. So you might want to clean your can out before you sell it. Just a little tidbit of advice from somebody who dips. But yeah, I've seen cans that are empty that go on eBay for a shit ton of money. Definitely something I wouldn't buy just the can because I mean I I don't have any place to put them. But if I had somewhere to put it, I would buy it. I'd buy like vintage cans and have them all over my fucking wall and shit. But I don't have the room for it. And you need a lot of room, especially if you're gonna start collecting collectibles like that. You need a lot of room and a lot of money to do it. If you're gonna start putting like a shit ton of money forking over trying to get vintage cans, yes. Especially like that 6-in-1 can that we've been talking about. Holy shit. I've seen them go for like 60 to $100. Easy. Let me look up real quick. I'll show you guys. Let's go to eBay. Because I bet you eBay has them for a lot of money. Hold on, guys. I'm looking on eBay right now. All right, so what we're going to look at is the eBay can, and I'll show you guys here. And they go, like I say, oh, here we go. Camel smokeless chewing tobacco can for about like $40. 20 bucks, $20. So they're not that expensive. Oh, some red seals. Here's another one that's a uh, mint one. Here's like 4 empty ones that are really, you don't rare. You don't see anymore. Here's a few other ones. When Grizzly did the 20-year, um, so they're not going for too much, but let's see what they're upbeat tonight. Here's like 4 of them right here. It's on cans. They go. There's a few of them that are going for like $109. Yeah, this whole set's going for $109. Like the same can we have for $13. But this one right here, they're going for a little bit of money. So you obviously could buy them, but again, $110 for three of them with a display set. Would I think it's worth it? Probably not, because you're getting three of them. What are you going to do with three? That's the question. Is what are you going to do with three of them? You only have I mean, would I buy those cans for like 19-20 bucks that they're offering? No. Maybe if I'm collecting, again, if I'm a collector and I'm looking for collectibles, sure. But I really wouldn't want to pay that much just for a single can, an empty can. Like those cans to me, sure, they're valuable because I'm saying that they don't make them anymore like that. But for collectible reasons, sure. A few dollars, throw it out there, buy it. Sure, you can have your empty grizzly can that's collectible. Like I said, that one that was going for $109, that was the one that I saw, or $110, excuse me, was the one that I saw before. And again, three cans though. What are you gonna do with three cans? I'm sure you could probably put like a shit ton worth of dip in them and put them in your freezer, and you would have a shit ton of dip almost for half your life if you don't go through dip as much as I do. But I'm not going to do it for that much. I'm not. I'm looking at them like, nah. Uh, getting out of it, really, technically, you're just getting memories. It's not really worth it for me. So that's what I got to say for it. But if Grizzly brings it back and brings the tin lid on the 6-in-1 can and makes it camo, fuck yeah. I can again see people selling that shit for really good amount of money and or buying it. But just the can alone. So anyway, you guys, that's what I gotta say. But don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. Keep packing, dipping, and spitting. I will see you mother truckers next time. Bye, guys.